Pre-K is such a vital part of a child's education. At Jones Elementary School, over 80% of our students are English language learners, and 99% of them come from poverty. So these children are already coming to school behind. And so when they come into pre-K, they are learning vocabulary, they are learning social emotional skills that's so necessary for them to be successful in school.
So I see two huge arguments for pre-K. One of them is just it's the right thing to do, that we want all kids to have a shot at living the life they dream, and we want to get them started as early as we can on that path. I think the other thing is there's a huge financial argument, that the investment you put into pre-K, you get back tenfold when you look at how often kids can then go on to college, what kinds of jobs they get later on, and just the economic output from these kids if they really succeed.
We currently have 1,340 spots for our children, and we fill them all, and we've got a waiting list, so we need even more spots for our children. And if we knew that we had a better, more stable source of funding, then we can focus our efforts more on how we can think of better ways to teach our children.
I think for English learners in particular, it's really important that they have that kind of exposure to English early on. One thing we know about learning language is it gets harder the older you get. And so when you have, 3- and 4-year-olds, they're absorbing that language more quickly.
In an elementary school, when you walk into a classroom, you can definitely tell when a child has been in our preschool program, and you can tell when they have not. And you can tell that because their English is a lot more developed, and they're functioning at a higher level in the classroom.
When I walk in and I see pre-K kids who had very little language when they first came, and by November they can sing the alphabet song to me, they can count objects, then I know that we are making some really good progress with those kids.
I always hear stories about different companies and plants that come to Arkansas and are willing to open here, but then sometimes they can't find the skill set they need in terms of a workforce. And so, I think it's too late to start thinking about that when someone's leaving high school to go to college. We really need to think about it on the front end.